College versus trade school. Which one is more beneficial? Which one do you earn more? Which one does it cost more? Let's get straight to it. What's going on YouTube? On my channel, I help men grow by 1% a day every day. If that is your aim, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and let's get straight to it. We've been sold the dream, right? We've been told that once we graduate high school, we're gonna go to college. We're gonna get our degree. We're gonna buy us a house, buy us a car, right? Get us a 401k and live happily ever after, but it's a faulty system. We got a lot of millennials today who follow that game plan and they are struggling financially with tons of college debt. I really want to talk to you guys about the benefits of trade school versus college. Let's talk about the cost. For someone to earn their certificate for a particular trade, it's gonna cost them somewhere around a few $1,000s to maybe $15,000, right? It could cost a little bit more, give or take, right? And it's gonna take you anywhere between 8 months to somewhere around 2 years, and it could be more, give or take, right? Now, college is gonna cost you anywhere around $10,000 a year, right, for in-state students to around $40,000 a year for out-of-state students, right? And of course, it can be much less if you go to community college, but let's keep the numbers here. So if you're paying $10,000 a year, you're talking about somewhere around $40,000, $50,000, right, by the time you are done with college. If you're out of state, we're talking about 40 a year, so we're talking about 120, 130. Right? That don't include all of the debt that you rack up while you're on campus. We're talking about a 4-year time period. And that can extend to 6 years for a master's and, doctors 8 years, right? But look, let's go into the income. The average American income is going to be somewhere around $50,000. If you specialize, you can earn 70, 80, 100,000. You become a doctor, two to 400,000. When you talk about the trade side, you are already specializing, right? In the 8 months that it takes, in the 2 years that it takes, in the 3 years that it may take, you are specializing. All of the college courses that are in those first 2 years, that's all fluff before you get into your actual meat and potatoes. When you're going for a trade, you're going straight into the core, right? You're going straight into the meat and potatoes, okay? So that's why it takes much less time. Now, as far as the income side for a trade, let's just run through some of them. Carpenter makes about $48,000 a year. Plumber, $55,000 a year. Electrician, $56,000. Dental hygienist, $76,000. Elevator mechanic, $85,000. Construction manager, $95,000. Air traffic controller, $123,000, guys. The more money you earn, usually the longer these courses go. For example, a construction manager is going to have to go through 4 years of schooling for it, right? It's just very complex. The payout is much better than a college student, right? And these are median salaries, guys. One thing that you can't do when you graduate college and get a degree is duplicate yourself. As a tradesman, you can duplicate yourself. For example, let's say I wanted to become a plumber, right? I went to school, right? And I'm making $50,000 a year, let's say. After working for a company and understanding the inner workings of that company, let's say I decide to become self-employed and work for myself. Well, guess what? You work for yourself and now you increase your income to double. Let's say you make somewhere around $90,000 a year now. Well, guess what? That extra $40,000, you can just put that to the side and use that to save and build. Right? Of course, taxes and whatnot, but you build, right? Put that back into the company. And to the point where you can start hiring people, other plumbers, to work the jobs, right? You buy your equipment, you pay for other plumbers, start a corporation, right? And now you've duplicated yourself and you can pull yourself out of the business now. And now you can delegate and lead, which is where soft skills are going to come into play for a lot of you guys who are going to be focusing on trade schools, right? A lot of times you guys don't work on communication skills, leadership skills, things like that, because you just into the field and that's what it is, right? So as a tradesman, you have the ability to duplicate yourself and build a company from your skill. You got 4, 5, 6 people working for you. I don't know the numbers, but you can $500,000, $1 million a year in revenue with the more people you bring on, right? As far as job security goes, these jobs are recession proof. If the elevator in a corporate building broke down and they got 40 flights of stairs, they're calling a elevator mechanic to come take care of it. If my plumbing or my electricity is having issues with the switch, guys, I'm calling a plumber. I'm calling an electrician because I can't live in these conditions. One thing that we understand is that whenever recessions occur, tens of thousands of people get laid off. Hundreds of thousands of people get laid off. Another thing, these jobs are not going to get sent overseas. Those tech jobs and those online jobs that you have, those comfortable work from home jobs, guys, those can be shipped overseas, right? But if you need a plumber in your house here in America, that plumber is going to come here in America, in his local neighborhood, in his local, city, to get that job done, right? But these are just a few things, a few benefits, right? This is supposed to be trade school versus college, but you guys are seeing that trade school is way more beneficial over time than a college can be, right? Not to say that we don't need college, not to say that we don't need specialized skills in the college market, right? We do need lawyers, we do need doctors, we do need things like that, right? But a lot of you guys are going to school for general education. I'm talking communications, business management. That stuff is not getting you anything, right? But a customer service job paying you $40,000, $50,000 a year without a lot of ability for you to move up in the company. If you guys are gonna go for these trades, make sure you go somewhere that it's accredited, right? Accredited means that, simply stated, accredited just means that the education is recognized, right? Is recognized and accepted. So if you took that to your employer and say, hey, this is where I got my education from, they're gonna say, okay, you're good, right? But look, those are just a few benefits. You guys can look a little bit deeper into it, but I wanted to implant it in your mind, the benefits of trade school versus college, right? But look, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Salute.